Hey there, I'm Liam. You're watching BBM TV. I've been dragged out of bed early to show you a brand new card trick that you can bust out with some mates. So let's take a look at it. We're going to start off by giving the cards a quick shuffle up, and then I'm going to try and cut to the 4 aces straight out of this pack. Watch very carefully. One ninja little cut, just like that, and that should give me the first ace, which will be the black ace, the ace of spades. Perfect. That's a good start. We're after the next one, which will be the ace of clubs. So let's give the cards a couple of cuts like this. And give them a little square up. And hopefully we got the ace of clubs. That's a pair of aces. 2 down, 2 to go. Let's see if we can find the last 2 at once. So what we're going to do is just one super ninja cut like this. And it should cut 1 to the front. Oh, that is a rare miss. That's my bad. It should have cut 1 to the front and 1 to the back of the pack. So I haven't found either of those. Alright, well no worries. Being a magician I can change these into the 2 red aces. Although it strikes me now that might not be very surprising. So how about I change them into the black aces instead? Which means that over here are the 2 red aces.
Hi, I'm Andy Gladwin. When I'm sat at my computer, I have no trousers on, but I am watching BBM TV, which is actually just a YouTube channel, but they're pretending it's a TV show. Let's go. Hello, Andy Gladwin here on a day trip from Vanishing Inc HQ to BBM HQ. I'm here with this guy. His name is Liam Montier. He's a guy who puts his thumbs up a lot and has released a load of DVDs for Bigblindmedia, but he's finally seen sense and released a product with Vanishing Inc. So, Liam, tell us about this new trick of yours. It's timeless. Here it is in a box. Everyone loves tricks in a box. Tell us about it.
It's awesome. What more do you need to know?
Tell us the effect. Let's start with that. Remember, the secret undertones of this, Liam, is the sell. So
yeah, okay. Well, the effect is mind-boggling.
Okay, let's try something a little bit different. If I wanted to influence a time, Vinny, that you were to pick, I would pull out the stem, and I could make it 3:15. I could make it 12:20, any time that I want. But if I wanted to influence you in a different way, we do it a different way altogether. I would pull out the pin, as you can see it's pulled out, and I would look away and you would twist it until you were happy. So twist it until you're very happy.
Okay.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
No more, no less?
No, I'm good.
Would you remember that time?
Okay.
Would you have the people at home help remember it? Got it? And now, would you please, Emma, hold out your hand? You get to be the guarder of the evidence. Put your hand on top. So we've got a time randomly selected by you that I couldn't know.
Sure.
I'm not going to try and read your mind, read a thought from your mind. I'm going to try and steal a thought from your mind. First time?
First time.
It's all right, man. It'll be fine.
Nervous.
I'm getting something 9:05. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly 9:05.
exactly
You guys
right,
can
yeah.
confirm that at home. But you see, when I say I steal a thought, not read a thought, I mean I really take it from existence. Lift your hand. Take a look at that watch. The watch has no hands at all.
What? How?
And that's a totally stolen thought.
let's talk about when Liam actually created this trick. It was years after you created this trick when we actually took any notice of it, if I remember right. Liam used to email me constantly. He's stopped now, which is very good actually. But he used to email me tricks he would create, and a couple of years ago, I looked back through all of these emails that he'd sent me. I think I was just trying to free up space.
One trick.
It took a long time, but I found one that I actually really liked, and
Awesome.
it was the basis of what is now timeless.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But you'd completely forgotten about it. Essentially, you'd thrown this idea away into my inbox, and you have literally thousands of tricks that you've forgotten about. Are there any that do you ever go back and work on more?
No, not really. You know, you don't think of something new, old stuff goes out your head, gone.
Well, those guys who say about, you write down a notebook so that you can always come back and work on your old ideas, with Liam, that's never true.
That was you, really. You were the notebook. I sent you the stuff.
Yeah, I was
so
the
it's
guy.
your fault if I've forgotten it.
But let's talk about timeless. So timeless, in my mind, is two separate effects, right? So there's the reveal of a time and...
Which is pretty standard stuff for mentalism, isn't it?
Yep. And the end result is that actually there was no hands on the watch, that the time was just planted in their mind, apparently. How would you present two separate effects? Would you do it separately, or is one big effect?
When I do it, I tend to underplay the time thing, because even if they think they know how that might be done, that plays to my advantage because the kicker later. So I actually undersell the prediction of the time, but I know you don't, and I know Josh doesn't. No. Which makes me think I'm probably doing it wrong. But that's how I always played it.
Well, if Vanishing Inc do it one way, then that's the right way to go. Yeah. But that's fine. So the one thing I do want to say about Timeless is everyone I show this to, magicians that is, assume that this is some kind of crazy James Bond style method. But the best part about this, and I think this actually shows Liam's cleverness really, is that this isn't some kind of secret spy watch. This actually, the method is ridiculously simple, and when people get it, I think they'll be surprised at just how simple it is, which, if there's one thing I can say live on World Magic Shop TV or whatever it is we're talking about, Alicus, I don't know what we're talking about here, it is just how clever Liam is, and hopefully this is a new introduction to Liam's material, so people can check out the DVDs, the Wicked World of Liam Montier. Which,
it was good.
Random fact is, I was going to be the guy in the rabbit suit, but I had to work that day, and I was quite relieved about that when I saw the DVDs. So this is it. This is Timeless. It's a trick in a box. People love tricks in boxes. Liam's pointing again. He can't help it. He needs to do something with those fingers.
A magician looking like a dick.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Do you like that? You think it's a picture, but it's video.
Oh, so I've been standing in like a plonker for like...
Yeah, I was just thinking how long you do it for.
I'm a professional, I stand there all day.
Ahoy there, BBM TVers. Let's take a look at how this version of the Passe ACES from Expert Card Technique works. First of all, you need a setup. You need a red ace, a black ace, an indifferent card, and then a red ace and a black ace, and they go on top of the pack. Okay, so if you're good at culling and all that sort of stuff, you can set that up on the fly. Otherwise, you can just set it up in advance, and you're ready to rock and roll. So we start off with a false shuffle, just a really easy false shuffle, keeping that top stock. So what's happening here is I'm shuffling, but keeping hold of the top ones with my fingers, so nothing's changing above the top sort of third of the pack. So with the pack shuffled up, let's give them a quick fancy cut. And we're going to do the Thompson false cut. So I'm going to swing the first packet into my left hand. Then I'm going to keep a break and swing a second section. So I've got a break there. The third section goes down on the table. And then you cut the cards above the break onto that, and then throw the rest on top. So it's actually a completely false cut. Nothing changes order, but it's very easy as well. So it's totally worth busting out here. So you pick up the pack, and as you square them up, you get your break underneath the top two. And use a double lift to show that you've got the ace of spades. So that's the first ace. You say, let's try the next one. Flip the double face down and table the top card off. So that's one of the red ones, ready for the ending. To find the ace of clubs, you then double cut the top two cards to the bottom. So I had a break underneath the two, and then gave it a bit of that just to cut those to the bottom. And that means I can do another double lift to show the ace of clubs. Alright. And then I flip the double face down again and deal off the top card once more. So everyone thinks those are the two black aces, and we're way ahead of the game. So now we need a different false cut, because what we're going to say is I'm going to cut to the two red aces both at once. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to use a John Bannon false cut called the Fly Trap false cut. No, the Crocodile false cut from Bullet Party. And you can do any one that you like, but I'd check out Bullet Party because this is quite a smooth looking false cut. So you do the move, and basically all that's done is turn the deck face up. You should say, oh look, it looks like I've missed. Alright, you turn the pack over, and we're going to do the glide when my fingers are going to pull that card back, so I can bring out the second from bottom card and place it down. So that's actually a black ace, apparently a miss. Alright, and that means I can also then double lift the top card and show that that's a miss as well. You say, I don't know what happened there, that was supposed to be the two red aces. So I'll tell you what, I'll change them into the two red aces. So flip the double over, and then scoot it underneath, and then just flip both face up to show that actually they've changed into two black aces, which means all the way over here are the two red ones. So there we go, mega easy, and a version of Passe ACES from Expert Card Technique. Thanks for checking it out.